two questions that I refuse to answer anymore on YouTube. People who ask me about living in a car, one of the questions that I refuse to answer any longer is, how do you deal with the hot and cold weather? How do you sleep comfortably if it's hot or cold? The answer is, if you have to ask that question, you are not built for this lifestyle. Okay? What you should do is put your panties back on, cuddle up under your comforter, watch Nomadic Fanatic, travel the Lincoln Highway, and eat your TV dinner. Because it shows your lack of research. It shows that you are not ready to live in the outdoors. You're not ready to sacrifice. You want all the comforts of home. You want to take your air conditioning, your heating, and you want to live in a car. You don't want a mortgage. You don't want to sacrifice anything. You want everything as is, and you want to just gain. Okay? You haven't researched anything about RVs, about vans, about cars. You haven't done anything. You want somebody to hand you on a silver platter, no mortgage, and you don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be hot. You don't want to be cold. You want everything to be perfect. Okay? You're not ready for this lifestyle. You're not ready for any lifestyle. You're ready to live in misery, in my opinion. Don't ask me that question because it shows your lack of research. It shows me your lack of effort into building your own life. The second question I refuse to answer is, why don't I get a van? Okay? I'll answer it one more time and I'm done. I didn't get a van because when I bought my Jeep 2 years ago and I started downsizing, I didn't have plans on living in a car. I was going to buy a smaller condo on the beach. I couldn't find one. I did research online about downsizing. I was looking on YouTube. It went from tiny homes, and then YouTube recommended videos about living in an RV, and then some living in a van, and then some living in a car. So through my research of months, I said, well, maybe I can live in a car. And I started planning it and doing my own research. And so that's how it happened. I said, well, let me just stick with my current car that I already have, because it doesn't make sense to purchase an RV or to purchase something else if I don't know if I'm going to like this, because I knew there was going to be some sacrifices. I knew there was going to be an adjustment. I didn't need somebody to tell me that. And so once I got through the initial shock of changing my lifestyle, of living in my car and getting used to it and getting my confidence, then I got into several months of doing it. And I said, well, I'm comfortable. I sleep good at night, 6 to 8 hours per night, more than most people sleep with $1,000 mattresses in their home. I have no lack. I enjoy living in my Jeep. I enjoy the drive of a Jeep. I enjoy putting my sunroof down, driving it, the feel of it. I had a van when I owned a contracting business, and I don't like the drive of them. Now, the smaller cargo vans, such as the Transit Connect, they have a decent drive, but they don't have sunroofs and things like that. So for me, at this time, it's not worth it. I may eventually transition to something like that as time goes on, but I'm in no rush because the vehicle won't change my life. My lifestyle changes my life, and I like to spend most of my time outdoors. All I need is something to drive that's efficient on gas, that's fun for me, and that I can sleep in. So I stuck with the current car I have. But many people ask that question because they're daydreaming. That's what they're doing. They're daydreaming. If they live this lifestyle, that's what they would do. Well, then do you. Why don't you have a van? Because you'll never have a van. What you'll do is live vicariously through others and question why they don't do what you would do. Those two questions are seen time and time again on YouTube, and specifically on a nomadic channel like mine, and it shows to me an immature mind. I never thought that you could be too immature to live out of your car. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I know it's going to come across that way, and I apologize. But what I'm saying is, when you live in your car, when you live mobile, you have maximum freedom. And many people aren't mature enough to handle all that freedom. They need a conforming life. They need a routine. They need someone and something to put them in a place for a fixed amount of time, because too much freedom is no good for them. Okay, they don't know what to do with themselves. There's people that don't know what to do with too much time. There's people that don't know what to do with too much money. I mean, we're all imperfect. It's only by the grace of God. I'm not trying to be hurtful, but I have to address these two things and then move on with my life. And I just blocked somebody who asked me, what do you do when it's hot and cold? Stop that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it may be wrong, but I have to do what keeps me in a healthy space. I'm not answering anymore, what do you do when it gets hot and cold when you live in your car? And I'm not answering, why don't I have a van? Okay? Just addressed it for the final time. Think about what I just said, put it in context, love yourself. I don't mean to speak negative to anyone, but enough's enough. God bless you, and I'm going forward.